I guess when you live in a sewer and you can only go out at night, so you just spend all day eating pizza and playing pinball, I mean, obviously you're gonna get pretty good at video games. And the Ninja Turtles are pretty good at video games. Way better than a lot of cartoon and comic franchises. I mean, there have been some great TMNT games over the years. And of course, by over the years, I mean over the 4 years between 1989 and 1993. That's when the TMNT games were great. Since then, they haven't really been worth shelling out for. Or at least that's what people think. See, but Game Boy Advance owners, you guys know better. You know the truth. That Ultimate Ninja Mastery comes not only in 16 bits, but also in 32. Also, you never pay full price for late pizza. So this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the Game Boy Advance, not to be confused with TMNT for the Game Boy Advance. Yes, those are two different games. See, here's the thing about the Game Boy Advance. While the home consoles of its time were all busy with their crappy 3D Turtles games, Game Boy Advance was like, check the base, bruh, and it delivered not only one, but two great Turtles games. There was TMNT, which was released in 2007, and then there was this one, which came out in 2003. So it's a different game, but it's the same story, and that's more awesome GBA TMNT. That's also a lot of letters. So what's the difference? Well, TMNT was based on the 2007 animated movie, which was criminally underrated, by the way. That rooftop scene in particular, I mean, that was great stuff. Anyway, this game is based on the rebooted series, the one that debuted in 2003. And to me, that's one of the best things about this situation. Not only are these two great Turtles games, but they're both based on different Turtles stuff, which means they each have their own style. And obviously that's in terms of the Turtles' design, but also the structure of the gameplay. Not only do they look different, they also feel different. Or at least, a little different. So, obviously this is a beat-em-up, so is TMNT, but the difference is, that one's got more of a River City Ransom feel. You know, there are shops, you can buy stuff, you can pick up weapons. There's a bit of technique involved. This one's more straightforward. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a simple, fast-paced brawler. So in a way, it feels even more old school than TMNT. You know, it's like TMNT got hit with some kind of retro mutagen. Which, by the way, Donnie, maybe a little less daydreaming about April, a little more get your ass moving on that retro mutagen. I mean, come on, man. I've been worried about Karai since June. Anyway, so how simple is it? Well, dude, it's real simple. In fact, it reminds me of the classic Turtles games. So you can just mash the attack button and get by, but there's more to it too. You know, you've got the jump attack, which is standard for a Turtles game, as well as a special attack that drains some of your health. Again, this is all standard issue booyakasha, but as simple as it all sounds, I mean, it's done really well. So for example, you can also modify your basic attacks with the D-pad. Like attack up does something different than attack down, stuff like that. And each turtle also has his own animations and movesets too, so they all feel unique. In fact, actually, this game's a nice example of how simple doesn't always have to mean boring. When simple is done right, simple can be awesome. And this is awesome. But you know, as well as the game plays, I think the presentation might be even better. I mean, the turtle sprites are just fantastic, and they animate really well too. Well, except for when Mikey walks. I'm not sure what that's about. But otherwise, it's awesome. Characters really look good. I mean, the music's a little generic, but I mean, come on. Like, you're not gonna have a Turtles DVD in while you're playing this. Watching a Turtles DVD that is a DVD about the Turtles. But unfortunately, though, music isn't the game's only weak point. In fact, this game has two main problems that, sadly, they really do hold it back. One, no multiplayer, which is, I mean, that's just blasphemous for a Ninja Turtles game. And two, I mean, it's way too short. Although, it actually is kind of cool the way it's done. So each turtle has his own little storyline to play through, and when you pick a character, I mean, you're basically picking a whole different set of missions, which is awesome. So what's the problem? Each turtle only has like 4 missions. So all told, it takes like 2 or 3 hours max to play through them all. And that sucks, because the game's so good, you want more. Only there's no more. It's like an empty pizza box when all you need is a slice. I wouldn't say this is a better game than TMNT, but I did enjoy playing it more, if that makes sense. This one's more fun. It's just that TMNT is the better overall package. But then again, who cares? I mean, just get them both. And celebrate the fact that a platform post-1993 actually had a good Turtles game. Not just one good Turtles game, but 2 good Turtles games. I mean, that's awesome. That's righteous. Bossa Nova! Wait, Bossa Nova? It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the Game Boy Advance. And as always, a hearty cowabunga to my dear close personal friend Chris from Jersey City, New Jersey, for knowing me well enough to send me a box of wrestling games with, oh, also this was in it. I owe you a slice, dude.